So we're almost about to get started. So just out of interest here, who knows Hadrian? It's 1, 2, 3. All right. Cool. So, guys, welcome to the session. Our solution architect, who was supposed to give this technical demo of the platform, he's sick, and I'm the regional director at Hadrian for the Benelux region. I've been here for about 5 months. I don't have a technical role, so this is probably going to be a quite short session. I do have a lot of experience in paragliding and speed flying and skydiving. I have to say this is almost the same type of nerve-wracking, but I'll do my best to give you guys a short introduction of the platform. But first, some background on Hadrian. We're a Dutch-based and Dutch-founded startup. We have about 90 employees at about 200 clients. Some of our clients include ABN AMRO, the large bank in Holland, Damen Shipyard, Friesland Campina, Rituals, SHV Energy, just to name a few. We're founded in 2021, and our founders are hackers, right? And they have basically automated their work. So our platform basically provides automated pen testing, and I'll go into that a little bit later. So the platform, it maps out vulnerabilities across the entire external attack surface, and we monitor companies' web-facing assets like domain names, IP addresses, and certificates. So unlike traditional pen testing, which is basically a snapshot in time of a situation of a company's attack surface, Hadrian does it in real time, and it does it 24/7. So I always like to show this slide when speaking with potential clients, because it basically sums up nicely what it is that we do, right? After this, the demo will come, but in my opinion, hackers know hackers best. The orchestrator, it replicates a team of hackers assessing your organization's weaknesses around the clock, and it validates the risk. And it starts with discovery. It starts with discovery. The orchestrator, it discovers all of your external facing assets, and it uses a neural network graph of the internet. Machine learning algorithms, they review text, scripts, images, DNS records, and numerous other metrics. So the step 2 is the contextualization. So Hadrian, it contextualizes your assets to understand how a hacker would actually conduct an attack, right? Like fingerprints, OS information, modules, libraries, input fields, authentication methods, and much more. So step 3 is validation. The orchestrator, it uses knowledge of your environment to test for exploitable OWASP top risk, known and unknown vulnerabilities, and it tests for exposed and misconfigured services. So scans are chained together, as you can see here, and it simulates complex multi-dimensional attacks. So the last step is prioritization. So Hadrian, it prioritizes validated risk based on technical factors like likelihood of exploitation and potential business impact. So the proprietary scoring algorithms learn from user feedback to become more accurate over time. So, and after all these steps, when they are finished, the platform provides actionable steps for the verified risk it found to be resolved, and follow up with testing of these risks when their remediation was successful to see if it's actually been successful. So we'll go to the demo next, and it makes a little bit more sense when you see it. Let me just check how I do that real quick. Platform demo. So it basically starts with the home screen, right? This is an overview. It shows a mean time to remediate. It has industry benchmarks. It shows the unresolved risk, the domains. It shows the number of assets. But it starts basically with creating an overview of the attack surface. So what we do is we use a brand name or a domain name, an Apex domain name, and we start scouring the internet, scanning the whole IPv4 sec range, and we start mapping out any subsidiaries, subdomains, IP addresses, certificates that belong to an organization that basically create the attack surface. So here you can see how an IP address is connected to multiple domains and also might offer an attack path into an organization's crown jewels. So the scope is something that these are domains that we found, and we're not quite confident that these belong to an organization. Here you can confirm or ignore. We also map out the technologies. The technologies, they are printed, fingerprinted, and it will show what type of technology is found, what type of version numbers, and this then put into an asset list. So if you want to remove assets or add assets yourself, you can click add, and it will actually allow you to add a domain name. So all these assets that were found, the platform then starts to compare to a large database of CVEs, vulnerabilities, right? And it will show you here a full list of potential risks. Here. Well, what happens quite often in these situations, a platform, a similar solution will produce a whole list of vulnerabilities. Like in this case, it's 1160. As a security team, how do you know how to prioritize these risks? It's a lot of work, it's a lot of manual effort, and some of these risks are actually not that important and don't really offer a risk. So what Hadrian here does, it starts to use all these AI models that talk to each other and trigger each other to actually start sending payloads to these risks and see if they're actually exploitable. So once that's the case, it will show up in our verified risk session. So it will give you a really nice description of what is it, what's the severity, right? What is the impact, the business impact, what's the affected area, plus how do you produce it? How did the platform actually come to the conclusion that this is a verified risk? Plus, if you want to reproduce it yourself, here's how we did it. So it's basically like an automated pen test. Plus it gives you a remediation suggestion here. It has some triage modeling in it. Plus if you work with external IT suppliers, it has a secure share function. So your IT supplier might only be responsible for a certain type of unpatched technology. You can share it with them and they'll only get access to this portion of the platform. Once they've remediated the risk, the platform starts retesting if it's actually been remediated. The whole platform has role-based access control, and we have quite extensive reporting features which allow you to look at what's the changes over time. So what was the change, the increase in severity, securities over the last couple of months, for instance. Out of the box, we integrate with about 150 different type of integrations and solutions and services, but these are the main ones that we get most requests from partners for. Other than that, there's workflows that can be implemented, and we have a Vibia, our internal AI solution, which you be able to allow to ask questions. So it's quite slow. We're currently testing it, but it's quite effective. So the whole platform is API first. So every action you can see on the platform is fully automatable by API or integratable via API connections. The whole platform is event-based as well. And I think we're there. So yeah, I think we're there. So at the moment, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we'll be in the corner across from the main stage. If you want, please come over. We can give you some more tailored demos and show you some use cases. For now, I think that's it.